mental illness is certainly something that I have been exposed to. Many different people have come through my life that have suffered mental illness, but when my mother was diagnosed with leukemia, this person who was my rock suddenly crumbled a little bit, had a breakdown, and fought it with all her might, and ended up at CAMH for a little bit. And so certainly that is the closest experience maybe that I've had with mental illness, and it is something that that I'm so thrilled that as Canadians we have been open to the issues surrounding mental illness, and I want to be on board that train in any way I can, and certainly as an actor, knowing that drama can be used to empower the education side of psychiatry has been a thrill like no other. And so for many reasons, I just think it's a very important issue, because certainly it is a human condition. You know, the numbers tell us that, so we must deal with it. I was asked by a doctor if I would come in and work with his students and create some scenarios and roles. And it's funny because I stepped away from my profession, which was acting, and then was asked to do a play, and working on the roles with the doctors, with the student doctors. First of all, as I said, was humbling and made me sort of go, okay, so this means more than the side of the acting world that just doesn't seem that relevant to me. But if it can be used in a way that empowers people and educates people, and the stories are that if you can be a part of stories that can be transforming, then that sort of validates the reason that I wanted to act. And so, my favorite part of the movie, that's a great question. There were a few. You know what? Having been on the other side of someone who has a concurrent disorder, that is substance abuse and mental illness, when Sarah Silverman's character Lainey doesn't show up for her husband, he takes her on this business trip, and she doesn't show up for her husband, and they have this moment in when she comes back to the hotel, and he looks her dead in the eye and he says, "Don't lie to me. You know, don't lie to me anymore." And it's that exposure of what it does to the other people. And I found that very moving.